Look what they've done to my country, Ma. Look what they've done to my land. It used to be ours from shore to shore. Now it's slipping right through our hands. Look what they've done to my country. Look what they've done to our streets, Ma. Look what they've done to our towns. The flags that we flew are fading away, and the new ones are being put down. Look what they've done to my country. I wish I could find a safe place to live in. I wish I could walk my streets again. 'Cause if I could find the Britain I knew, I'd never have to come out and view what they've done to my country. Look what they've done to our kids, Ma. Look what they've done to our schools. They're teaching them guilt and rewriting our past and calling us bigots and fools. Look what they've done to my country. They opened the gates and they let them all in. They called it compassion, they called it a win. Now the numbers are rising, the patience is thin, and the working man's breaking under the spin. I wish I could find a good book to believe in. I wish I could trust the words they say. But every promise they made turned to dust in the wind. Now we're watching our homeland just fade away. Look what they've done to my country. They tied it up in a plastic bag and turned it upside down, Ma. Sold it off to the highest bid and laughed while it drowned, Ma. Look what they've done to my country, Ma. Look what they've done to my home. It used to be proud. It used to be strong. Now it barely feels like our own. Look what they've done. Look what they've done. Look what they've done to my country. Oh.
Oh my God. Okay, guys, let's do it. That's the first song from that playlist that from Ragnar the Viking, is it? Got to excuse me, guys. I'm trying to multitask here again. Saw what happened with that yesterday, didn't we? That wasn't so good. Oh, dear. Dear. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So those guys gave us a playlist, which is good. I'm going to put a link in now in future for everyone who provides us a playlist. I'll put a link to their channels on every single video we put out. I think it's going to take us a couple of days, though, guys, for me to get back into my normal routine. Again, only one video out today. Some stuff happening in the background, nothing too serious. Just lovely stuff like there. I have to agree with that. Right, guys. When I went down to feed Ribeye today, our mediocre moderator, yeah, he said he didn't have no food, but there was still a couple of rotten potatoes there he could have had if he was really hungry. I thought I'd better check in on the dungeon where we throw all the people who make negative comments on our channel. And there's a few. Over 100. Yeah, it's over 100 of them. Most of them are from the split between Advance UK and Restore Britain. And the rest are from unhappy Constitutional Party members. I don't mind people being unhappy. They can do what they like. I prefer to be happy. But anyhow, in a fit of generosity, and also I wanted to put more people in really, but it was a bit cramped. So I've decided to grant an amnesty. I think I might have made a mistake, actually. I've let about 12 out so far. No particular order. They were just there. And then I saw there was 100 left. And I thought, oh, well, there's room. I know there's at least room for another 12, so I can chuck them in. Then I went over to the Working Class Patriot, who had read my post about the general amnesty for all of them in our slammer. And one of them was a little bit mouthy and wanted me to apologize for locking up certain people. Well, what's this finger for, fella? Yeah, do it. In fact, so he'll be staying there. What else was there? Yeah, I also saw, it came to my attention that some people had been thrown in there when they were in fact innocent. And perhaps if Ribeye had spotted the comments, he wouldn't have allowed that person to be thrown in the slammer. So we know of at least two. I know of at least two people who should never have been in the slammer. And so there may well be more. So I suggest if you know anyone in the slammer and you think they should be freed, you'd better notify me. But I am going to be letting them all out over the next few days. It's a bit painful, actually. You have to click on them one at a time. And I think, yeah, is this one innocent? Is this one guilty? Nah, I'll leave you there. Free Night Owl. Okay, yeah, your wish is my command. I'll free Night Owl shortly whilst we're having a talk and playing music. Restore Britain, making history starts in Great Yarmouth. Agreed. Yes, and we'll be going over to their page shortly. Let me go and let Night Owl out. I'll play some tunes whilst I go and free some of the prisoners. Stand by, guys.
Too long. Now the warning is clear. Our don't feel British, and the end's drawing near. They divided the right while the numbers kept rising. Time to stop the talking. It's time for deciding. Join, restore, or be no more. Join, restore, or be no more. Stand up together, fight for our shore. Join, restore, or be no more. Millions must go, send them back where they came. You must speak English, we don't care for the game. No more excuses, speak English or get out. Learn our traditions, don't force us to learn yours. Respect our culture or head straight for the doors. This is Britain, we don't bow to foreign laws. Join, restore, or be no more. Join, restore, or be no more. Stand up together, fight for our shore. Join, restore, or be no more. No more grooming gangs, no more two-tier rules, no more foreign flags flying over our schools. Put Britain first, protect our kids and our land. If you won't stand with us, then you don't understand. From the 4 nations, one people, one flag in the sky. No more division, it's do or it's die. No more talking, no more fear. The hour is late, and the moment is here. Join, restore, or be no more. Join, restore, or be no more. Millions must go, send them back to the shore. You must speak English, or you're out the door. Join, restore, or be no more. Joy, restore, or be no more. From the walls of Londonderry, where the apprentice boys stood fast, to the Boyne water banks, where King William won at last. We held the line at Aughrim, we fought at Enniskillen shore. The red hand of Ulster rises, hey, hey, forevermore. Ulster till I die, Ulster till I die. No foreign king, no pope, no IRLI. We'll hold the line, we'll stand up tall for God and for Ulster, we'll never fall. Ulster till I die, hey, Ulster till I die. The Union Jack flies and the crown's on high. At the Somme we charged, the 36 led the way. Faithful to Messines, we fought for the king that day. The Ulster Volunteers, the pride of our blood and name. Their sacrifice still echoes. Hey, hey, we'll do the same. Ulster till I die, hey, Ulster till I die. No foreign king, no pope, no IRLI. We'll hold the line, we'll stand up tall for God and for Ulster, we'll never fall. Ulster till I die, hey, Ulster till I die. The Union Jack flies and the crown's on high. The plantation built our homes, the settlers brought the light. A Protestant Ulster, British day and night. No Dublin rule, no border pole will break our stand. We're loyal to the Union, loyal to this land. When the call comes again, when the banners rise once more, we'll march for king and country as we did before. For the children yet unborn, for the blood already shed. We'll keep faith with Ulster and the crown overhead. Ulster till I die, hey, Ulster till I die. No foreign king, no pope, no IRA lie. We'll hold the line, we'll stand up tall. Forgotten for Ulster, we'll never fall. Ulster till I die, hey, Ulster till I die. The Union Jack flies and the crown's on high. From the Boyne to the Somme, from Derry to the sea, Ulster stands British. Ulster till I die. Here come the marchers, flags flying high.
Okay, quick update. The girls are still working. I wish they'd get a move on. It's because they start mucking about with each other, don't they? They were having that pillow fight the other day, remember? Anyhow, I think I've released about 40 now. Got fed up with releasing them. I looked for Night Owl. Couldn't find Night Owl. Perhaps I released her this morning. I'm on X. Paul Morris on X. I'm on WhatsApp. And I'm on Signal. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I'm talking to myself. Sorry, guys. Let's play some music.
But we know the truth. It's all a big lie! Streets to the countryside lanes, they wave their green scarves, shouting foreign names. They say they're for peace, but their eyes tell the tale. Heavily medicated, off the rails without fail. Out on day release from the loony bin gate, deluded and ranting, full of imported hate. In our thousands, in our millions, we are paid fake Athenians. Out on day release, acting like we're free, but we're heavily medicated. Can't you see? In our thousands, in our millions, we are all fake Athenians. Mentally unstable, violent as can be. We know what community, it's plain to see. They scream about oppression from their cushy wee homes while planning their riots with sticks and with stones. Deluded dreamers think they're freedom fighters, but they're just the nutters with their Twitter igniters. Very violent types with a twist in their head, supporting the terror while claiming they're red. In our thousands, in our millions, we are paid fake Athenians. Out on day release, causing all these strife, heavily medicated for your messed up life. In our thousands, in our millions, we are all fake Athenians. Mentally unstable, violent to the core. We know what community your globalist bore. You think you're for Palestine, but you're just a tool. Marching for the cause, cause you skipped your school. We know where you're from with your twisted wee mind. Deluded and dangerous, leaving sense behind. No jobs, no clue, just a prescription refill. You violent weirdos, get back on your pill. In our thousands, in our millions, we are paid. Out on day release, causing only strife, heavily medicated for your messed up life. Morally unstable, violent to thy core, we know what community. Yeah, globalist boy! United we'll rise, divided we'll fall. Strong Christian soldiers answer the call. Side by side we march with the cross held high to confront this corrupt labor line. From Ulster's green fields where the faithful stand tall, Northern Ireland rises, heeding the call. From Scotland's wild highlands, from Wales' rugged shore, England's heart is beating, we march evermore. They've mocked our Lord, they've mocked our land, filled the halls with sin and the taxpayer's hand. No more turning cheeks, no more silent prayer. The soldiers of Christ are gathering there. United we'll rise, divided we'll fall. Strong Christian soldiers answer the call. Side by side we march with the cross held high to confront this corrupt labor line. From Northern Ireland shores to Scotland's proud glens, from Wales' ancient valleys to England's green dens, they cut off the needy, they feast while we starve. They open the borders, let evil carve. But the Bible commands us to stand and to fight for righteousness, justice, and God's holy light. With sword of the Spirit and shield of our faith, the four nations together reclaim what they hate. United we'll rise, divided we'll fall. Strong Christian soldiers answer the call. Side by side we march with the cross held high to confront this corrupt labor line. No surrender to darkness, no kneeling to shame. From Ulster to England we stake our claim. Scotland and Wales with the cross lifted high. The righteous are coming, we're tearing it down. United we'll rise, divided we'll fall. Strong Christian soldiers heed the call. Side by side, Scotland, Wales, England, with a cross held high, we take our stand. United we'll rise, united we'll rise. For Britain and Christ under our sky.
Okay, guys, those asking about my wife, yeah, she's much better. She's never going to be free of pain. It's really funny, isn't it? I married her because she was 12 years younger than me and I wanted someone to look after me in my old age. And now I'm having to look after her. It's quite amazing, really. Why? That was a good trick. You pranked me. Anyhow. Oh, Lady J, I've told her, I've begged her I've said, please, love, just come and say thank you to the well-wishers. But she won't. She won't. You know, she won't let me take a photograph of her anyway. I mean, okay, Shanna's pretty as she once was, and she's older now, her own weight, you know. But I'm kind of fond of her. Yeah, she was very. Actually, I can't tell you when I first met her. She was a teenager, she's 12 years younger. She must in about 18. Yeah, I was a lot of 12 years. Anyhow, we didn't get together until years later. But growing up in the same community, everybody knows everyone. But I said, please, love, well, just do an audio tape and say thank you for the best wishes. She's much better tonight, you know. Thanks. Anyhow, what about this letter of reform? They're going to fix Wales. But they've got a plan, they say. And then when I look to see what it is, there's actually no real plan there at all. No plan at all. This is the Deformed Party. Keir Starmer's unpopular. Wales is a proud nation, extraordinary history built on hard work and communities. Well, there's not a lot of hard work going up in the valleys, I can tell you that. Reason is there's no hard work going on is because there's no bloody jobs. The only reason our valley towns are growing is because the newcomers are coming, the settlers, yeah. You could stand once, sit on the side of the street once on the wall, watch people go by, and it'd be like a little silver river of white people. But now occasionally there's a big brown turd floating down the river. Terrible. I'm just waiting to hear the call to prayer. We've got one of those as well in an old chapel. They always take over the chapels. Yeah, but there's no work in Wales, guys. Used to have the steelworks. I'm looking up at the mountain. Sometimes at night, I've said before, the sky would be red. Dust from the steelworks, red dust, would settle on the sheep. Everything would be coated in red. I worked in the steelworks. As you know, my uncle died there. Terrible accident in the blast furnace. 5 of them. Cutting off by molten metal. Yeah, Wales knows how to work. Then thinking of the pets. Stood outside this house with a young lady. Yeah, only young. Must have been about 13, 14. Mother come out, called her in. Another accident down the pit and another man dead. Got a huge monument for all the dead miners around here. Looking up at the mountain, there are levels. You wouldn't think you'd dig coal out the top of a mountain, would you? Used to play down those levels as a child. Get candles and go down into the old mine work-ends. Things kids do. What am I going to do? Am I going to vote, guys? Should I go and vote? I'm not. No, I can't. So it looks like another spoiled vote. Absolutely nothing of value on this leaflet. And the sad thing is it can't even be used as toilet paper. I'm going to have a word with this mediocre moderator. There must be food down there because he's awful uppity. I'm going to send it back to the plantation. Yeah. But who said that? I think you're in the wrong party, my friend. But yeah, I'm still angry about equal rights for women. Not really, guys. Right. Well, it seems to be a better day than yesterday. I think I'll do this with it, and then I'll put it through the shredder afterwards. Yeah. I'm going to spoil my vote. I know you should vote strategically and tactically, but I can't. There's no way I could vote for them. Right, should we have a look and see what the music is and give me a chance to catch up on the comments? Like I said, if you know anyone I should let out of the slammer, let me know. I may well have done it. 50 of them have been let out already. So you can expect to see some crazy people come into the room soon. Yeah. And then we'll put them back in the slammer until next year. Or this time I'll make a note of their name and say never to be released. Yeah. I wish I had capital punishment. If only I had capital punishment in my dungeon. But I think that's against YouTube's terms of service, isn't it? You can't execute your commenters. I think it'd be a good idea. Thank you, Penelope. It's sweet. Yeah. I don't back Palestine, but I don't back Israel either, David. Genocide is genocide. Yeah. You don't have to be a Muslim lover to support Palestine or be against the genocide of the Palestinian peoples. You just got to be a human being, mate. I'm against the Iranian war as well. This country should never be fighting for Israel. And now Keir Starmer said he's going to send our Navy to blockade the Straits of Hormuz. Yeah, I know what I'd do if I was in the Royal Navy. I'd be doing 42 days DQs, detention quarters, down in Pompey, Portsmouth. No, I wouldn't fight for this government. Well, because this government only fights for Israel. Should we have some music? Oh no, let's go and see what Focus in Britain is on talking about. Okay, stand by. Oh, wrong. Should I have a moderator to help me do this?
You mentioned one question, so I'll put it to later on in court. And you do say maybe giving evidence. Do you understand that?
So I'm actually being arrested.
You're going to be arrested, okay?
Right.
So
And,
that's the police station.
right.
Okay, this is in relation to some comments that you've made on the Facebook.
Got you low, to you low. Would we run? Would we jump? Would we live the dream again? Chasing gold on the sun, never knowing when it ends. We were wild, we were young, nothing weighing on our heads. If we know, would we still have taken them? Ah la la, we'd still have taken them. Ah la la, never thinking when. Shoelaces untied, counting chance in the sand. Words are melting on our tongues, no reason to pretend. If we know, would we still have taken them? Ah la la, we still have taken them. Clouds in our shoes, promises we made, catching the groove, always on intent. Would we run? Would we jump? Would we live the dream again? Chasing gold on the sun, never knowing when it ends. We were wild, we were young, nothing weighing on our heads. If we know, would we still have taken them? Ah la la. Ah la la. Ah la la. Never thinking when.
Not sure about that.
freedom once shown in our own green land, now the rights are all gone. They said we're safe, but the borders are wide, while our streets fill up with the waves of the tide. We're not criminals, we're the sons of this soil, yet they call us bigots when we dare to recall. From London to Belfast, the same old refrain, they sell out our future for globalist gain. Free, free, I just wanna be free as the wind on the Antrim Hills, free as the sea. Free, free, I just wanna be out where the Union Jack flies proud and free. So strike up the drum, let me show them my flag, let the pipes play the old tunes our fathers once sang. Open the gates, let us stand once again as free men of Britain, defending our land.
Beautiful. This is beautiful. And those women are beautiful.
They cut off the winter fuel, left the older ones to freeze, while hotels shine bright for the boats on the breeze. Two-tier justice, two-tier rules, they protect the invaders but chain up the few. Our kids can't afford them in the towns where they grew, but the checks keep flowing to the ones passing through. No more surrender, no more shame, we're rising again in our Father's name. Free, free, I just wanna be free as the wind on the island breaks, free as the sea. Free, free, I just wanna be out where the Union Jack flies proud and free. So strike up the drum, let me shoulder my flag, let the pipes play the old tunes our fathers once sang. Open the gates, let us stand once again as free men of Britain, defending our land. They call us far right, they smear and they lie, but the truth's in the streets, you can see it in our eyes. We've seen the betrayal, we felt the cold hand of leaders who sold out our once proud land. So raise up the banner, shout out the call, for Britain undivided, we'll never fall. Free, free, I just wanna be free as the wind on the Snowdon peaks, free as the sea. Free, free, I just wanna be out where the Union Jack flies proud and free. So strike up the drum, let me show them my flag, let the pipes play the old tunes our fathers once sang. Open the gates, let us stand once again as free men of Britain, defending our land. Free, free, I just wanna be free as the wind on the Yorkshire moors, free as the sea. Free, free, I just wanna be out where the Union Jack flies proud and free. So strike up the drum, shoulder the load for the land of our fathers. Down the long road, no surrender, no chains, no more lies. We're the free men of Britain, under our skies.
Oh, guys, got to return to the subject of Bad Wolf. I told you, I had a couple of comments from Bad Wolf today, back and forth. Like, a few people have tried to talk to him. I don't know. Perhaps I'm more forgiving. What he done was bang out of order. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it in my mind. But I live with someone who's in pain all the time. And I see her snap. She snaps at me sometimes. And sometimes I have to bite my tongue at the injustice of what she said in her pain. She's always sorry afterwards, but I understand why she does it. Pain is a terrible thing. I think Ribeye has been through pain. He knows. He might understand. Anyhow, the one thing, a redeeming feature, not a forgiving feature, at least not yet, at least not for me, is he sent a nice comment today saying that, GA, he still thinks he's right, but you were free to use my music in your channel. And he was doing a song for my great-granddaughter, I think, which I thought was nice of him. And, yeah. So what do we think, guys? I mean, I'm not saying forgive. Don't think for one moment I'm saying forgive him, or at least now. But I don't like Tom Hanks, the actor Tom Hanks. I don't like him. I'm not saying I dislike Bad Wolf. I don't like Tom Hanks, the actor. But I do like some of his films, and I enjoy them. And I'm able to separate the actor from the man. And I think we should You see, Abs. Okay, Abs, I'll ask you up in a minute, but only for a couple of minutes. I don't want to do too much talking or trying to be jolly tonight. I just want to chill out and relax after yesterday. The question is, guys, should we play Bad Wolf's music in the room? Put a 1 up. And if you don't think we should play Bad Wolf's music, put a 2. No, I won't think any less of any of you for any of your answers. I just want to know what you think. So it's a 1 if you think we should play the music. This isn't a vote to forgive Bad Wolf what he did. He let us down. He let himself down. Okay, DJ's not a fan of music. Sunplug says 1, Steve. Steve says 1, David says 2. Are you counting, Ribeye? 1. No repeat vote then? No repeat vote then. 2. Yeah. The ones have it. Thank you, Ribeye. The moderator has spoken. It wasn't my issue. Well, that's true. Yeah, we've got to move on to restore. Now the 2's coming in. Well, you don't have to worry. For those of you who don't know Bad Wolf, basically, here is the question. Stand by. Share this. Play that. He's the guy who wrote this brilliant tune.
The banners hung heavy, all tattered and torn, in the valley where kings and their legends were born.
The iron was rusted, the gardens were dry, and a shroud of gray ashes had swallowed the sky.
For years we had drifted, for years we had strayed, while the stones of our fathers began to degrade.
The hearts were all cold and the children were still,
as the shadow of winter crept over the hill. Oh, the kingdom was falling, the walls crumbling down. Lost was the glory and lost was the crown. But when the clock struck the hour of deepest despair, a voice like a trumpet rang out through the air. Not a lord in his silk, nor a knight in his mail, but a humble man, Rupert, who stepped through the gate. He didn't have silver,
he didn't have gold,
just a heart that was honest
and hands that were bold.
He stood in the square where the elders would meet, with the dust of the roadway still thick on his feet.
He spoke not of conquest or vengeance or pride,
but of the love for the soil that we'd buried inside.
He spoke of the ancestors, sturdy and deep,
who had planted the orchards we neglected to keep. Oh, the kingdom was falling, the walls crumbling down. Lost was the glory and lost was the crown. But when the clock struck the hour of deepest despair, a voice like a trumpet rang out through the air. Not a lord in his silk, nor a knight in his mail, but a humble man, Rupert, who stepped through the gale. He picked up a hammer, he picked up a plow.
He said, if we don't save our home, tell me when, tell me how.
And one by one, neighbors looked up from the mud.
with the fire of old memories stirring their blood. The blacksmith, the baker, the girl from the mill, they followed his lead up the side of the hill. Through the sweat of the brow and the strength of the back, they mended the breach and they filled every crack. The gardens were planted, the bells started to ring, and the birds in the rafters began once to sing. It wasn't the sword that had won back the day, but the courage to work and the spirit to stay in the land of our fathers, the place we belong, where the weak found their power and the quiet grew strong. Now the kingdom is rising, the hearts are aglow, and the rivers of silver through green meadows flow. We tell of the darkness, we tell of the night, and of Rupert who led us back into the light. Yes, we sing of the hero who answered the call, and the home that was restored for the good of us all.
The old lion stood firm when the sirens would wail. Never give in without fail. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the fields. We shall never surrender, no matter what yields. I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. He meant every word, no shadow of regret. This was their finest hour, he said through the night, and the people believed him, he gave us the light. But you're not the old lion, Sir Flip-Flop, no. You're not the old lion, and we need you to know. He carried our hope when the world was afraid. You promised us change, then let that hope fade. You're not the old lion, we're telling you true. You're not the old lion, and we're done believing in you. If you're going through hell, keep going, he'd say. While the cities were burning, he showed us the way. The price of greatness is responsibility. He lived every word for the nation to see. He walked through the rubble, shook hands in the street, gave courage to strangers with nothing to eat. A voice in the darkness that steadied our fears. A leader who earned every one of our cheers. But you're not the old lion, Sir Flip-Flop, no. You're not the old lion, and the country says so. He lifted us up when the skies were all black. You took away warmth and you never gave back. You're not the old lion, we're telling you true. You're not the old lion, and we're done believing in you. With big promises, hope in your eyes, a new day for Britain, an end to the lies. Then winter fuel gone for the old and the cold, while gifts and free tickets and suits were your gold. The trust that we gave you has slipped through your hands. The dreams that we shared lie buried in sand. No enemy marching, no bombs in the sky. Just choices you made while the people ask why. The old lion lost once the fighting was done, but he won in the war, the hardest one. You've lost in the peace that you swore you would bring, and the silence is louder than anything. No, you're not the old lion, Sir Flip-Flop, no. You're not the old lion, and we want you to know we stood with the old lion through fire and through pain, but we won't stand with you, not ever again. We will not fight on the beaches for you. We will not fight in the fields for you. We will not fight in the streets for you. We will not fight anywhere for you. You wanker!
There we go. Hope you did well.
Very well.
Jolly good.
Fingers crossed my phone doesn't start ringing like it did last night. The start of the disaster.
Enough. Fair enough. I don't want to take too much of your time up because obviously I know there are some people who probably want to get on here, and if you've seen more than enough of my bald head and my big body. So
I can't see enough of you, actually. I know it takes a long time to walk around you, but no, you're not as big as you make out. Come on.
Oh, dear.
Well, you had your fair share of slammings today, though, Abs, haven't you? Let's be honest,
yes.
I've seen some negative comments about you. Well,
I'll tell you what also gets...
Go on, sorry.
Sorry. I'll tell you what else gets slammed a lot, my bloody keyboard.
Yeah.
Mainly when I'm playing XCOM, though.
I have a good question for you. Ribeye, you know our mediocre moderator, yeah?
Yeah.
I did try to replace him, but the ones I got were actually worse than the mediocre moderator.
How is that possible? How?
You tell me. They went rogue. They went rogue. Yeah.
I'll tell you what you should do, though, for your little dungeon in future. Get some elderly ladies down and then sentence these people to death by deadly endless chatter. Oh, trust me, they will be crying their eyes out until the moment they take their last breath.
Hey, you should have seen our room, the bunker a couple of hours ago. They've only just finished cleaning it up. It's nice and clean again now. Those Korean girls, they're good workers. They don't eat a lot either. Well, at Christmas, like, the dogs are not very safe around them, but, you know, the rest of the year, they're pretty good. Look, Ribeye tells me that he's doing a show week Monday about health and fitness, yeah? I got to let him do it. Saves giving him money. Well, he reckons that he could get you down to a size 8 if you were to watch his show. Seriously now, I mean, how would you feel? I don't think I'd like a super slim Abatha Rex. I like my cuddly teddy bear. I do. You look good.
I can already see the eyes just bulging out every time someone squeezes me, just like. But he's welcome. He's welcome to try. I actually still remember back in my school days, like year 8 or something, when I used to have like really bloody puffed out cheeks, like something awful. And I ended up, this is a good story for you. So I ended up going to the diet farm. And by that just meant my nan and my granddad, God rest his soul. I went around their house and basically I spent, I think it was like 2 or 3 months up there? Because I think I must have been like 14 or 15 stone back when I was in year 8. So I basically went around there and I did all sorts around the house, like paint the garden furniture, help out in the garage, plant potatoes, crops, that kind of thing. But there was one thing that I actually did have, which you would almost think it was non-existent at my bloody size, but it was willpower. And I remember, do you know the little like Kinder Maxi bars? I believe they're called Maxi. Yeah, so basically what would happen, if I saw one of them, it would usually be like in the gob, straight down. But in this case, I actually wanted to show I can do it. So what I did was I literally broke each of these things off into like singular pieces, and I'd have one a day. And I stuck to that throughout the entire like 2-3 months. And I ended up losing at least 2 or 3 stone whilst I was on this so-called diet farm. So it is possible. I'm gonna have to dig deep to find that willpower somewhere and just basically try and replicate that. I can't really do any gardening or what have you because it's a council flat, but in the end, I can do it. It's just a matter of finding the motivation more than anything. So there you go. That's another story for you.
You said, Abs, you said it there, the motivation. I mean, I told you it was my great-granddaughter when I literally couldn't get up off the floor. I mean, that was the motivation then. I thought, is this to be the time with my great-granddaughter that I can't even bloody play with it on the floor, on her games and stuff like that? And I thought, no, that was my motivation. Hold on, Am.
Yeah.
What? No. Where? Hold on. Hang on, let me turn the mic off. Abs.
Oh, all right then. So that was effectively what I did in the past. Like, I know there's going to be some people over the last stream that took place where I was quite negative, but I do have a bit of positivity in me. And the trouble is, there's so much negativity around the world just generally. Like, it's very, very difficult to talk about positive things when they are so few and far between. I would love nothing more than to be like, hey guys, have you seen this today? It's absolutely incredible. Like, I remember practicing in my bathroom mirror as like, I want to see the fucking stories, you know, of like some child has like extremely rare 1,000,000-to-1 disease or whatever it is, and then surgeons somehow find a way to cure it, and then I don't know, the child's able to see again, or they're able to hear things, or they're finally able to walk again. I would love nothing more than to have some of those videos, but unfortunately, the real world's not sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. And what I will say about Bad Wolf is, you know what? I accept that some people take a lot of pride in their work. Maybe I was being a bit insensitive, to lacking a better word. I accept sometimes I do come across as insincere, as inconsiderate, or just plainly ignorant. I do accept that, and I've always tried to say that I do not know everything. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not claiming to be omnipotent. I'm not even claiming to be King Fit of Turd Mountain. At the end of the day, there's still a lot of stuff I need to understand more than anything. And if I have upset him and I have made a mistake, I will happily sit here and say, you know what? I fucked up. I'm sorry. That is something I've always said. And I will stick to that.
I was listening, and I think that's very gracious of you, Abatha. Very gracious.
Thank you.
No, I do. I think it's gracious. Oh, by the way, you passed. You passed.
Oh, okay. Because I know I didn't really do a good job of holding the helm, as it were, in the last one. So it's fair play. Fair play.
I was testing you then. I wanted to see what you'd do if you thought there was more incoming. So I thought, let's throw him into the arena and see if he thinks it's going to be deja vu. So you passed your test.
Yeah, I can basically swallow my pride when I need to more than anything. That's the one thing I've always said. I will always be a man about it. Not saying I am a man. I look more like 5. Anyway, I will not sit here and claim like I'm a man when there are people that could probably flick me and they'd knock me down, quite frankly. Like,
Yes.
I will never big myself up to be something that I'm not. That's the bottom line in all this. And I will say this. I do hope that we can move on from this. I personally think the video was distasteful. I can understand why he's done it, though. He's perceived that I'm basically saying his work is shit, which I'm not.
No, Abs. Look, the honest thing here, if people, for example, let's take rap music. Now, I think that crap music, I call it. I appreciate sometimes there's some skill in the way they can craft words. Like, what's that? There's a white rapper, Morrison, Tom Morris, or something like that. He's really based. Really, you look at him and you think he's a raving lefty, but he's a really based rapper. And my granddaughter went through a phase, and so I was forced to listen to it. And his lyrics, pro-white lyrics, were fantastic. But I don't like rap music. I wouldn't say it's shit, yeah? If I didn't like AI music, I wouldn't say it's shit. I would say I dislike it. I don't like it when people use words like, oh, it's crap, or I ate that. You know, you say, did you watch this series? And they go, no, it's crap, or it's shit. You know, when all really they had to say was, no, if they asked me this question about a series I dislike, I would say, well, I didn't enjoy it myself, yeah? Words are so important, yeah? That's the way I phrase it. But, you're entitled to have an opinion about something.
Except about the mediocre moderator.
Yes.
I'm starting to dot my T's and I's now. I've got the pattern all sussed out.
Yeah, we know that. We know that's it. There he goes. Lady J and I recognizes him. Tom McDonald is the rapper's name. Yeah, he's really based, or I thought he was, unless he's changed. We got my output has been right down. I think I've only been doing like one video a day, and those are as mediocre as my moderator. It's appalling. So tomorrow, I give you my word of honor, I'm going to do a minimum of 3 videos tomorrow. I'll try to make them best quality I can.
Fair play. I mean, to be fair, I don't think anybody can really hold it against you if you've got real life problems out there. Like, no one can help that. Like, if I suddenly got a call saying one of my relatives has just done something and got himself seriously injured, I would fly off in an instant. Okay, maybe fly's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. I would have to drop everything for that.
I'd be running straight up them stairs to see if I'd insured them and he was in with the rest of the other family insurance policies.
You are terrible. You are terrible, you are.
Yeah, well, they like that in the Navy. It's the only fun.
I get it.
It's the only fun my wife and I have these days, you know. It's working out ways to get the insurance money for the other one.
It's kind of funny when you think about it. You think about it and you think all your friends are there with you, and ironically, you're supposed to be like really nice to one another, and in the end, all you do is you just rip the piss out of one another.
I've been lucky. I really we're like chalk and cheese, Abs. I mean, we really are like chalk and cheese. She's also got no sense of direction. I've done this to her a couple of times. I'll go down the road and I know which way to go, and I'll say, which way should I go down by? And she'll say, it's right down by here. Don't you remember anything? This is where and I know it's left. I know. And I say, I don't think it is, love. And she'll go, it's right. I go right. She goes, well, I think we've come the wrong way. You've taken the wrong turn then. I've taken it. We were in Porthcawl once, walking a long way away. I had a caravan in Porthcawl. a long way over by the church in Dailo. I'll put some photos up. Beautiful. So we were coming back, and it was actually left or right. There were two beautiful thatched cottages. And I said, when to turn left, she said, where you going? It's this way. And I knew. And I thought, I wonder how far she will walk before she admits she's wrong, you know. You know, we must have walked about 3 miles.
Oh, God.
She said, well, that was the right way, but we must have took a wrong turn in somewhere in between the right way and the wrong way.
And you just look at her like...
Yeah. And if she goes off on one, say, is there anything worse, like you're driving your car and she decides she wants to find something in her handbag and everything is coming out and you're driving and the traffic's there and you're going, and where the blood hell's I know I put it in there and rustling, fidgeting, dropping it on the floor, getting down with the gear stick. I think, oh, well, while you're down there, love. But no, she's all looking around, rustling. I'd say, look, I'm driving, please.
I'm just expecting somewhere in this story to be like, we were looking for something, and then all of a sudden she opens her purse up and she pulls out a brand new Lamborghini or something. It's amazing, actually, how much can fit into a woman's purse. It really is.
Well, yeah, they must have shoved their brains in them as well, because they're not in my wife's head, that's for sure. And that's how confident I am that my wife never watches my videos, because this is a test as well. Because if she watches it, she'd come barging through that door and right. So I've been saying terrible things for all these videos just to see if one day she comes in, but she won't. She's too busy watching the darts.
Yeah. Well, was I doing the blue steel look? I'm turning into a right Dino Bane. I just need to get rid of all this hair and actually go to Thailand, and I'm good to go.
Thailand is great. I like Penang in Malaya. I haven't been over to Dino Bane's
channel. To be fair, he hasn't posted anything over the last 3 or 4 days. I hope they haven't extradited him or expedited him. I can't pronounce that. I hope they haven't expedited him from Thailand to the United Kingdom to have him tried on some bloody trumped-up free speech charge. Wouldn't surprise me at this point under Keir the traitor Starmer.
Hey, talking about pains in the ass overseas, did you ever follow the case of this Johnny Somali?
Johnny Somali. I know what you mean. I was like, who's he on about? No, now I remember. Yeah, he's that. I don't want to say the T word, but I would say twat. That was over in, what was it, Korea and Japan? Yeah, I thought so. So he's finally been sentenced to 6 months in prison with hard labor. Yeah. Which for me would simply just be getting out of the chair and going to the kitchen.
I would say I didn't. I followed the story and I decided I'm not going to copy the clips over. I wanted to, but he was there and he said, during this trial, he said the judge can suck my dick. Yeah. All right. And the judge went like that.
Yeah, that's not very smart.
And then he said, and the president of South Korea can suck my... All right, fine, that's going to help your case, you know. And but the things he done were terrible. And I mean terrible. Every decent black person in the world must have been cringing watching the things he done out there. He was sub-Saharan, which means low IQ, obviously. But imagine... You know, you're an American, a black American, and you see twats like that shaming your country overseas. It was the same when I was in I lived in Portugal, North Portugal, for a couple of years. Cascais. Worked on Rua Castilho con Rua Branca. E volta Cascais. Turn ticket, Lisboa, Cascais. And it was a beautiful place, Cascais. It's very exclusive. Yeah, really exclusive. And then one day, a coach load. We had a square little village square, a couple of nice pubs around it. Us civilized people would sit there and sip our wine and compare us. I'd get hammered on rum, but they got used to me. So there was already enough drunks in that little village with just me. And then one day, a coachload of English football supporters pulled in. Boy, I didn't want to show my face for a week after they left that place. Oh, embarrassing, really embarrassing it was, Abs, with their behaviour. Then again, they were young men having fun, and looking back to my time in the Navy, we were really rent a riot when we got into these little ports. What a joke.
Yeah. I guess to wrap up Mr. Somali then, simply fuck around, find out. And that's exactly what he had coming to him. I'll tell you now as well, I don't advocate for what some of these people had done to Johnny Somali, like how they'd beaten him and what have you and attacked him. Yeah. But you know what? I think the vast majority of the world, when they saw it happen, were absolutely cheering, just for the simple fact he was just being an absolute racist scumbag. It's not often I get to use that word, racist.
Yeah.
That's usually what they call us. But he was being a genuine racist piece of shit. And it was lovely to see him get some people's justice, as well as now getting some court justice as well, quite frankly.
Agreed.
Hopefully he uses this to not do stupid things ever again and to actually show people with a bit more respect.
He'll come out, you know he's going to come out, Abs, and he's going to do it all over again.
I suspect so, because he's got the same IQ as the file not found number. Only with a decimal point in there.
Probably. And the other one, it's like a short, dumpy little person who struts around with a big bodyguard, and he goes up and he like this and pushes people. And then when the people go to turn around and attack him, his bodyguard stops in and he stands behind him doing the old Popeye thing behind his bodyguard.
I think I know who you mean. Are you talking about Jack Doherty?
Jack, yes. What? No,
I knew I recognised him. I knew I recognised that.
You like my
prick?
You recognise my impression? Is that like how he goes? Yeah, don't he? Yeah. You want some?
He's taking up the whole camera.
Yeah. Then that's one. That's one.
Yeah.
I'd like to see in jail.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Another one of those, it's just a prank, bro, kind of people. They use it as a shield, quite frankly. They use it like a shield, like, no, I'm not going to go that far. But they use it like a shield because they think it will protect themselves, basically. They think that it will provide them some kind of immunity to consequences. And what they're going to find out the hard way is there's going to be someone, again, I'm not advocating for it, but I will say he is going to get his comeuppance the Johnny Somali way. He's going to end up pissing off the wrong person, and he's going to end up getting one in the face. Or, perish the thought, someone might even pull out a weapon, and then his free trial of life is going to be over.
You're only saying that to cheer me up, aren't you?
I don't know what to say to that.
No. But let's have should we have a tune? I tell you what, I think I've got some idea you might like. I think you like this kind of music.
Oh, speaking of music, afterwards, I will say this. I think they all agreed that they wanted to hear the clip in question from Mr. Badwolf. So
can we get it? I can get it. It'll take me a couple of minutes.
Yeah. I would say do it after the other two that you had in mind. Is probably my advice. But your stream, I should really point that out.
Let me think.
I don't want to overshoot my station, as it were.
Then again, it's out in the video. I played the clip. I've played it. It's there if they want it. And, I think we should gently just creep away from this one, Abs. I don't want people beating up on Bad Wolf, especially if he is ill.
No.
Especially if he is ill. And besides, he
I
makes
don't
great
want to
music.
see this infighting either, to be brutally
No,
honest.
but I actually did say, I sent him a message, my concern about the video concerning you then.
Yeah,
First, I thought,
and as far as that's concerned, if you ever need to contact me, my email is in there, and of course,
oh, right, I will
my
take you
ex,
up on that.
because there was something I needed to contact you about as well.
Okay, well, I was talking to Vindicator about this, trying to build a link so we can stay in touch. I can communicate with Vindicator through X anytime. Yeah.
Fair enough.
If you're on X, I'm on X. Yeah, we add each other as friends, as close as friends can get, and then when someone comes up, we can communicate. There was something. Yeah. Talking to him today about that video, and I suggested that YouTube wouldn't like it. And you know the rules on YouTube as well. Just looking at that image, you're not supposed to use a real person as AI to attack them. Parody is a little bit different. There's a difference between an attack and parody. And, if I was him, I would take it down or use a cartoon image. But he's on dangerous ground there. And I'm only saying that I'd hate to see his channel closed down and all that good music lost. I think
the way I look at it is, I do think the video should be taken down, if they do, you know what? I had a video, I've still got it unlisted because, as I said, I want to give him a chance to make this right. If he takes those down, I am more than happy to take my video down.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, it's not my channel; it's his. He can make the decision. I don't want to be bashing Bad Wolf. Let that be set in stone right now. I do not want to make this, or I don't want to publish this video basically discrediting what's going on here, because at the end of the day, as I've said many, many times, you've said many, many times, and all the others have said many, many times, we've got our real threats in front of us, not the people who are supposed to be on our side. So I'm hoping it'll be taken down, touch wood. If not, I have no choice but to defend myself here, quite frankly, because the thing is, it's that message it sends, similar to what Vindicator went through. If I don't defend myself, it's kind of a guilt by omission. It's oh, well, he didn't respond, so he must be guilty of this. And then I'm going to get basically slagged off like, oh, he's faking his autism, was what I saw in the live stream as well, which I thought, that's not cool.
No, it's not cool at all. But, I think the best result we could hope for is this. Right. You will disagree. I like his music very, very much. I enjoy it. I know the skill it takes to generate it. They go, oh, it's AI. It's not just AI. There's a lot more to it. I use AI all the time.
I understand. I'm not. Go on.
I would like it. He just set up the music studio online. I was in it the other night, listening and just rocking away, happy, nobody to disturb me, just listening to the music. I think he should focus his energies just on his music, on his discos or music rooms that he calls them, and focus on that and stay away from the politics. Stay away from the politics.
Stay away from particular characters. Like, even if, for example, like Paul Thorpe is, whether he's a plonker or not, I think the videos on him have to stop, as well as like the ad hominem attacks, if you will, on any channel, to be honest. I would say it for the left. I would say it for the right. I think we need to stop arguing based off of basically slagging each other off, and it's who's the bigger dickhead match.
Yeah, absolutely.
And focus on the argument, not the person.
Yeah, I agree with you. And if he was to do that, I reckon Bad Wolf could have a mega channel, make a lot of money for him and his family, and have a peaceful life. But if he's going to be mixed up in politics, I don't think it's good for him. I happen to know that whilst he was moderator here, he clearly didn't agree with some of the policy. Sorry.
I just noticed something, which is a comment basically saying don't punch down. Well, here's the thing. It was never my intention to punch down on people. I know I handled myself poorly in the last stream, and I accept that I did jump the gun, as it were, when I said I know Bad Wolf does music, and then went on to say there are people that are dividing us. I accept that. But I've always said this, I will not go after lower channels unless they are basically either trying to dictate to us how we do stuff.
Right, I like this. Sorry. Oh. Look, I understand what you're saying, Abs, about punching down. I don't think you defending yourself is punching down, right? I don't. Listen, and I'm different to everyone out there. I disagree with Dino Bain, I disagree with Vindicator, I disagree with Gobster, and I disagree with you on this. If we're in a political war, I don't care what size the enemy is. He could be 6 inches high, and I would stamp on him because I don't want him to grow up to be 6 foot tall. So I would, nits grow into lice. So I would never have a problem. I would try to crush a small enemy channel before he got off the ground. I'd try to break their spirit, their willpower, their ratings. I'd make them weep and leave the field. It is a war at the end of the day. So I never have a trouble in punching down. I haven't had to punch down because I'm a small channel. So I punch up to Paul Thorpe. But no. Tell me why I'm wrong.
That's fair enough. Punching down isn't specific to fat people, by the way. Like, I'll just point it out. It's basically when you're going after someone much smaller than you. To be fair, as said, I'm a big guy. We can all agree to that. But as said, I would never attack first. Never. I might defend myself, but I'm not going to go out of my way to attack someone unless there's something that is particularly egregious. Like what happened with Mr. Tomlin regarding what he said about how Paul Thorpe was a legitimate target. Like that, it's like, I have to denounce inciting violence, because while it doesn't say it directly, the vague description of what he says leaves it open to interpretation. And that is the way I look at it. It's a matter of, I would defend people against that. I will go after someone if they do that, but I'm not going to go after someone because I had a problem with AI. Like, that's just, that doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't. Oh. Right. Hold on a second. Oh, you have the bridge.
Oh, all right then. I'll happily put this behind me, the way I look at it, if this all gets done and dusted in the background. I have no problem with that. Because at the end of the day, as I said, targets are in front of us, or sorry, the threats are in front of us. We need to focus on the Reformians, the Greens, the Labour Party. And if the Conservatives suddenly make a surge in the polls, then we need to start dismantling their arguments as well. And the way I look at it is, as I said, you've got to focus on dismantling the argument, not the person. That's the way I look at it. Oh. Like, yeah, not in... I mean, I get what you're saying, Silent Matthews, I really do. But the way I see it is we've got other things to do. We have to focus on other things, because if we don't, we're going to lose this country.
Of course. Well, we can save the country tomorrow, can't we? Let's talk about... I could never understand this when you guys were talking about... I said earlier that words are important. And the phrase, legitimate target, He is a legitimate target. He is a legitimate target for criticism. Now, to me, if you would say Green Arrow speaks a load of shit, he's a legitimate target, I wouldn't take that as you literally meant a target to be shot at.
I will point out, though, he said, because there was straw manning involved here, he basically said, because I mentioned that I had a problem with one of his videos because somebody was inciting violence, he then tried to, what I originally said was, I have a problem with his X post, which clearly states he's a legitimate target. But what he's done is he's taken where I've said that I have a problem with one of his videos where they were mentioning about hunting grounds and maybe you should take them for a walk around there. And he said, well, if you have a problem with the video, what he's done is deconstruct it by taking that little piece of my argument, taking it out the equation. And then do you see, because now he's not trying to argue the point of, well, he said it on his X post and there's stuff on his channel. Now it's just, he's just said about stuff on my channel. And then he deconstructs that smaller piece specifically and tries to refute it on that basis, rather than the whole argument, which was what it was based on. So that Twitter post that I put in the description of my video, and you can see the post for yourself, he does actually say verbatim, because Paul Thorpe sent me this, and I have another very, very close friend who sent this to me as well. Both of them have shown me the exact same screenshot, and nowhere in that X post on, I believe it actually said March 18th, did he ever say that it was a legitimate target for criticism.
Ah, right.
So
could you answer that question?
Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely.
Can you read it?
As just last week, you said you'd vote Reformians if Restore weren't big enough. Are they a target or a voting option on the table? Well, here's the thing, because I've already made my points pretty clear, but I'll mention them again. The way I look at it is, if I had a chance to vote Restore or Reform, I'd vote Restore every single time, no matter how small their chances are. But if they're not an option, and I can only see Reform on the ballot, I'd only vote for them if it was like the nuclear option. Like, I have got no other option. It's either Reform or it's Labour. It's the matter of lesser of two evils. Doesn't mean I want them in power, but I think we can all agree on this. They've got to be better than Labour, surely.
Well, you see, I had a dilemma because I don't know if you was in there. Came today, there's elections, May the 7th for the Senate. That's
the canvassing.
That's their the Senate is their fancy name for a tower of steaming shit, right? Now, I've got my voting card up there on the right. You have to provide identification down here.
Yeah.
And I loathe the Labour government, but I still cannot bring myself to vote for this party. I just cannot do it. So I will have to spoil my vote.
Mate,
like
the way I see it is, as I said, it's only if it's like absolute certainty that if I vote, Reform is going to get in power. Like, if it's like it's still up in the air and Restore there, I'll vote Restore. If not, I may have to change my stance on this, and I may have to say, you know what, maybe I shouldn't vote for the Reformians. But as I said, I do think, devil's advocate here, I do think they would be, even if only slightly, they have to be somewhat better than Labour. They can't be any worse. Surely not. I mean, we thought we had it bad with Conservatives transitioning to Labour. I don't think the Reformians are going to top that.
If England wants to know how bad a Labour government can really get, try coming to Wales. Well, the Anglo-Angle disagrees with you, but you did say thanks, Abs. So that's nice.
I appreciate that. I will say we can agree to disagree, because in the end, your free speech, my free speech. Hell, I'll even fight for the bloody left's free speech, no matter how much of brain-dead morons they might be. I would defend to the death their right to say what they want to say. Besides, why do we need to do all the hard work? Give them enough rope and they'll hang themselves.
Times that you said something there, I would defend to the death their right for them to say it. something I agree with. But I've noticed change. It might.
Yeah. Sorry,
No.
I thought you were continuing on from that. It was kind of
I
like
am
an abrupt pause. So,
because
but no,
something came into my mind. What I was going to say was this: you turned around and said I would defend to the death their right for to say it, and I was going to say, I've noticed a change in people today. I mean, I was brought up at my school. It was a good school, Aberdeen. We were taught sportsmanship. You cheered on the enemy team. You shook hands afterwards. I mean,
yeah,
I could go to the rugby around here, and you could have the two teams intermixed with each other. Now, you've got to keep the teams separated, especially the football supporters. And it's even getting now into cricket. Whoever thought that they'd behave like morons watching a game of cricket, especially when Pakistan is playing? Times have changed. And
lots have changed over the years. Yeah, lots of it. In the end, we've got to show that we're better than the left. The left may want to silence us. Well, they can do what they want. But in the end, if let's say, for the sakes of argument, we get wiped out somehow, some way, and it's just the left wing left, look at it like this. Do you think the people in their intolerant religions or the people from the third world are going to give a toss whether or not they help them? They're going to, at best, enslave them. At worst, they're still going to see them as infidels and what have you, that they're going to exterminate. Absolutely. So all they've done is effectively done half the job for them.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've got another question, for both of us. What do you think to all of this with Keir the traitor stuff? A vote perhaps going on soon to get rid of him, I'm guessing, to get rid of Starmer. Yeah, who's going to replace Keir Starmer?
Yeah.
Do we care?
I mean...
Do we care?
I guess I should say more than anything is, what if Shabana Mahmood, or dare I even utter this maggot's name, Sadiq Khan, gets into power? If they get in power, God help us all, because we all know what happens from there.
We do indeed. Abs, fancy a short musical break?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Well, I tell you what then. Let's go here.
I can see it just over the canyon, like a jewel in the dust and the snow. I'm coming
Love
back
2 minutes,
to the green arrow, the only sweet home that I know. Stagecoach, don't stop here no longer, and the gold mines have all turned to rust.
Still alive.
There's a light in the valley of shadows that I'd follow through thunder and dust. It ain't about riches or glory, or the names in the ledger of old. It's the warmth of a stove in the winter, when the prairie turns bitter and cold. Oh, I'm trading the spurs for the kitchen, and the stars for a roof overhead. I'm sick of the beans and the campfire, and the hard, lonely ground for a bed. I can see it just over the canyon, like a jewel in the dust and the snow. I'm coming back to the green arrow, the only sweet home that I know. rested the heat of the day, but I'm tired of being the hunter when my heart's half a lifetime away. Just a few more miles through the sagebrush, just a few more miles to go. The green arrow, honey, I'm home.
Well then.
Let's have a look at this. Can you see it?
Quayne Clatworthy?
Yes. That's in Bridgend. Well done. Good luck. No, Bridgend.
I nearly read that wrong. I thought he joined the Reformians. No, he's joined the store. Oh, good on him.
Well, Bridgend is I've got an interest in Bridgend because that was, if you like, my favourite branch to support in the BNP days. They had a big branch of activist patriots, and they all had children. So with a bit of luck, they're all in Restore Britain. You remember Bridgend, don't you, Ribeye? I'm sure he does.
Yes.
Let's have a look. Former member of the EU Parliament, now Reform UK EU Women's Comms, Alex Phillips, presenter. I'm still pushing for answers from government on the cost of treating these Gazan migrants. Restore Britain polling 9% nationally. Tells you everything you need to know, not being restored. All the usual good stuff.
I know Lee's just pointed out Clatworthy, poor kid. Yeah, if I was in issues, I would giving my parents a good bloody grilling over the coals, quite frankly, because it sounds a bit like Clatworthy, and it's just not. No, please, no. Why? No.
But looking at that graph there, Abs.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. I saw that earlier, and I was like, well, to see them pop up from, what was it, 4% up to 9% over the course of, what, a week, 2 weeks?
Right.
This should scare the Reform Party. I mean, it should scare any of the bloody parties at this point.
But the problem there, Abs, is, right, if you have a look at, say, Labour, 17%,
yeah,
it just shows you how colonised our country has come. Because you can guess the demographics of those people voting Labour. Now, here's something else interesting to talk about. Guardian Mo. Do you know Guardian Mo?
I do. I've actually recommended his channel a few times.
And so have I. I'd like to think that Guardian Mo and I became sort of friends over the internet. We recommended each other's channels. This is during the Advanced UK days. I was watching his video today. I might post a clip of it and hope that he doesn't copy strike me. I'm going to do it. As
long as you're transforming it, because that's the thing. That's where you fell short in the other one when you had Paul Thorpe's thingy on for 8 minutes and you weren't really transforming it by, like, I don't know, you pause it at certain points and then you give your opinions and what have you. Like, if you do that even if you were critiquing him, that comes under fair use. So that's all you've got to be careful of.
Absolutely. And I learned a lesson there. I really did. Anyhow, I think you will find this interesting. I'll play a little bit of music now. Finish this off, I think. We'll finish this off, have the song behind it play whilst I get the video. I'd really like your thoughts on Guardian Mo's latest video.
UK sploosh.
We've seen our share of sorrow. Watch the night steal our tomorrow. Heard the cries from side to side. Too many hearts have broken side. From Belfast streets to Derry town. The years went up, the years came down. But here we stand, we've come this far. It's time to heal. That's who we are. It's time to come together. The hurt has had its day. Let the tears of yesterday be washed away. For every soul that paid the price, let peace be our endeavor. No more walls between our hearts. It's time to come together. We've waved our flags, we've said our prayers. Oh, we've carried loss that's hard to bear. Oh, but for our wings, for what's to be, we'll build a land that's proud and free. Can't forget, but we can forgive. That's how our home begins to live. The voices come, still call us through to find a better way, me and you. It's time to come together. The hurt has had its day. Let the tears of yesterday be washed away. For every soul that paid the price, let peace be our endeavor. No more walls between our hearts. It's time to come together. So take my hand, my neighbor dear. We've all shed.
Daddy's here. Daddy's here. Let's have a look.
I'm not sure who Dad is.
Stand by. Okay. Throw him in the slammer, Ribeye.
To the slammer, boys.
To the slammer. And this one isn't coming out because I'm marking names now. I don't want that kind of abuse in you. You're free to debate. You're not free to insult. Yeah.
Hey, welcome on in, Lee. Lee, sorry. Let's not misgender. Hope you're doing well.
Right. Let's go and have a look at what I was talking about, shall we?
Oh, yes. Sure. Oh, dear. Oh, not again.
I know.
I need a puppy.
I know.
Sandwich.
It's only a short video, so just watch this, but then you can go away for a while and I'll play some tunes and we'll both be happy. I just want you to watch this, please, Abs, and then give me your thoughts. Okay, share this. Let me make sure I've got it there ready so we can see. Okay, this is Guardian Mose. I've got a lot of respect for this man. Here we go.
That long, luscious hair.
I've just finished with that Advanced UK event I told you guys about. It was one hell of an event, let me tell you. When you hear Ben Habib talk in person, all the points that he's covered, it just makes such an impact. He ticks all the right boxes. I see in him, he is the future leader of this great country of ours. And we have to make Britain great again. I am now truly convinced that Advance is the right political vehicle to support all the way until the next general election, because we need to spread the word that Advance UK is the next political party. A new political party is just around the corner. We're going to knock it out the ballpark in the next general election. It was well worth it for me. The time, the travel, the money, and the fuel needed for this. 3 hours, 150 miles. Well worth it. I'm on my way home. I'll post a video talking about it in more detail tomorrow. Stay tuned.
So was that in the past or was that recent?
Well, it came up in my feed, and I was trying to check the date then. It came up on my feed. It could have been a while back, but it was what he said I found interesting. I just checked his video. He's still over there supporting Advance. And obviously, at one stage, we were on the right side. Now, as you know, Guardian Moses mixed race, Hong Kong Chinese. I think his father was in the Hong Kong police. Yeah, I liked the Hong Kong police. They were great guys. But this must be a very, very difficult time for people like Guardian Mose. Guardian Mose has always said, I'm not English. I can never be English. I'm mixed race, so I can never be English. I can be part English, but that is it. Now, I remember Ben. Go on.
I was going to say he can be like an honorary British citizen, but he can't actually be like a full-fledged British national, that kind of thing.
Absolutely, yes. He's a British citizen. Legally, he's a British citizen. He's part English, yeah, but he can never be fully English. He can be an English citizen, a British citizen, in the same way that Ben Habib can be a British citizen or an English citizen. I like Ben Habib when he said, I can never be English.
So, Muttley's saying, what's wrong with that, though? There isn't anything wrong with being a British citizen, just like there's nothing wrong with being a British national. It's just that there is a distinction there that they were not born from, obviously, English, British heritage, whatever you want to call it. Like, I have no problems with Guardian Mose. Like, it's not like how those lefties try to portray us, like, oh, they're right. Oh, go on.
Right. Well, no, I agree with you, and I don't have a problem with Guardian Mose. What I'm trying to do is put myself in Guardian Mose's place, right? Ben Habib said he wasn't English. Then he did a U-turn, and all of a sudden he says, I'm English. Now, Guardian Mose would probably take exception to that and say, well, no, that's not biologically true, yeah? But what is happening now with Restore Britain, and we are going to deport millions, yeah, millions of people going back a couple of generations, probably. Guardian Mose must have concerns about his own future and the future of people like him from mixed race backgrounds and maybe second generation. Yeah, he must have his concerns. And will that keep? I'm trying to think, is that the reason why Guardian Mose, who is really, really super intelligent, not come over to Restore Britain? That's what I was trying to get at, perhaps, if I'm making the point.
I can understand your logic from that, because if he can, because the way I see it is Restore Britain, just like UKIP, they're kind of dying at this point. Or if they're not dying, they're being eclipsed by Restore Britain's overwhelming growth. Like, even if you could say there's some life left in those parties, quite frankly, I think before too much longer, they're probably just going to look at it and think, well, this is pointless. We're not going to get in, as everyone is clearly going either the Uni Party, the Reformians, or they're going for Restore Britain. So I think there's going to be a choice that needs to be made by both members of Advance UK and members of, what's the other pie I'm thinking of UKIP. And they're going to have to say, who do we back? Who is the horse we want to back? And as far as Guardian Mose himself, I hope you're right in that he's got incredible intellect. I'd like to think he does. There's a lot of stuff I've watched from him that I do agree with. And I think he must see that some of the stuff that Ben Habib has done over these last couple of months and what have you, he's really let himself down, to be perfectly honest. He's let himself down, and he's basically hit the self-destruct button. He's destroyed his party and his credibility all over Rupert Lowe and trying to play the race card.
Yeah, you know, I think I wonder if Guardian Mo would come over and maybe just talk about it with civilized people, you know, without being shouted down. People who were prepared to listen to his concern.
Yeah. God, I'd make a scary movie villain. I really would.
Your back tooth. I think you might need a fill in. I just had a look.
Oh, it looks like it. Yeah.
No,
It's just there is a gap there, unfortunately.
God, you're so easy. Honestly, it's like shooting fish in a. I can hardly miss you. I know. I'm pulling your leg. I'm mucking with your brain again.
I don't have a brain. What are you on about? Look, in all seriousness, though, when I put my tongue to the back, I kind of feel like there's like a gap in there because I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like they're either more forward, more back, or something. It's really
everyone's
weird.
going like this now. Popping their fingers. I know. All right. Okay.
But there was a serious point actually about that, where I was being told that these back teeth back in, like right at the very back, were actually going black and rotten or something. So, because unfortunately, I used to not take very good care of them in the past, my teeth. So that might be catching up with me, quite frankly. But yeah.
Well, I'm looking at this comment here from Crafty Law. You know, I disagree with that. I'm sorry, Crafty. If he marries English, no, I'm sorry.
I don't like saying it, but the cold bitter truth is, if we start making exceptions to who can and who can't be English, it'll be gradual. It's like Chinese whispers. It's like, Fred's got a best friend called Ben, pass it on. Hey, the Feds have got a good guy named Len, pass it on. And it will slowly erode what it means to be truly English, unfortunately.
Absolutely. No, sorry, Crafty, totally disagree with you. Apart from that, it's biologically wrong. Or to use their words, scientifically wrong. I don't know. I just know it's wrong. Okay, but you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah, we can agree to disagree. It's fair enough. I have no problem with people having their opinion on what have you.
What was that? Was it Henry VIII and that priest? Will no one rid me of this turbulent priest? I can't remember.
I can't. I have no idea about Henry VIII.
I can't. I'm not sure it was Henry VIII, but he was having a problem with. Come on, Paul. Shit. He had him anyhow. Henry VIII or this king said, "Will nobody rid me of this turbulent priest?" And a couple of his knights thought, "Oh, I'll get in the king's good books." So they went and killed the priest. And of course, the king didn't really mean that. So I was about to say, I've just read a message from Ribeye in Discord where he messages me. And I felt like saying, "Will nobody rid me of this turbulent moderator?" And I thought, no, don't do that. Someone will go and take him out. And I really,
no.
And I don't know where I'm going. No, we can't take our turbulent moderator out. He's getting uppity now because he knows I can't get away from the keyboard. Right.
Oh dear.
Should we have a music? The stream was going to run from 6 until 8 p.m. and then I was going to take a break and then come back later. Ribeye, can you check?
I should really have left 20, 30 minutes ago, because really I've got to give other people a chance to come in more than anything. I know you treated me wonderfully. So is your community, and I really appreciate that. But community, I have to agree with some people that I shouldn't be sitting here hogging up the bloody camera. We need more people in here. We need more new blood. We need to
yes. There you go again, caring about other people. It's you people like you with your liberal. You're the enemy. You and your liberal values. It's what we want. I'm on the throne. It's what I want. I find you entertaining.
I mean, you know what they say, the road to hell is often paved with good intentions, and that was me thinking that it was paved in golden plates.
Okay. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. Ribeye has just said that Blueprint is here, and if Blueprint would like to come up to Mike, we will. But I do want to take a 5-minute break. Yeah, I
Fair
personally
enough.
do.
Yeah.
If you want
And
to
this
hang around, you're more than welcome to abs. You know that this is your own.
Yeah, that is fair enough. I've got quite the political family and what have you, haven't I? But I've basically, ever since I got out of work, I have spent the best part of 4 hours trying to sort out both what's happened with you know what, and also do the video about what's happened in Epsom, and of course then coming on having a chat with yourself. So I need something to recharge what little intelligence I have and to get my sanity back. And quite frankly, I can only do that when I play video games or Dungeons and Dragons, but I can't do that.
I'd love to play Dungeons and Dragons. Right, let's not. We'll go off again talking for hours about games.
Yeah, so maybe I'll talk about it next time.
Well, I've got a funny feeling because I've got a full bottle of rum that when I recharge myself, we may well be going a bit late. I'm trying to find out if either Vindicator or Gobster are live tonight. If they are, I'll close the stream down and then reopen it after they've closed theirs.
I think Gobster was going live at 9, if I recall.
You may be right. I'll check. If that's the case, I'll have a break. Keep going then until 9 o'clock. And then if he has, we'll close down and we'll go over to his place, Mob Undead.
Apparently, it was supposed to be live at 6:49. And, well, I think we can all just about do math here as far as hours is concerned.
So the big hand is, I can't work these digital clocks. Where would the big hand and the little hand be?
The big hand at this point would be pretty much right at the top. For 6:49, it would be like 1 minute away from the 10, and then obviously the small one would be at the or nearing the 7.
Right, I know the time now. Okay then, talk to you later, Abs. You've been magic. I've been awesome, and our moderator has been mediocre,
as usual.
As usual.
Thanks.
Catch you in a while.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I find that guy very easy to work with. Yeah. I just wish he was more knowledgeable when it comes to books and poetry and stuff like that. But you got to work with what you got. I suppose he's just like my moderator. I have to work with him. Right. Guys, I'm going to put some music on and then I'm going to do something. What am I going to do? I'm not going to tell you. I'd get locked up. Right, here we go. And let's look for it. It's here. Oh, what happened there?
Dust settles down on the highway and the neon starts fading to blue. I've looked for a home in the shadows in every town I've passed through. But there's a light in the window calling, like a bell ringing steady and free. I finally found where Yeah, the green arrow's calling to me. Oh, the green arrow points me back home, where the handshakes are honest, and you're never alone. From the rise of the sun till the stars hit the ground, it's the sweetest refrain that my poor heart has found in a world full of lonesome. I'm finally me, 'cause the green arrows where I should be. They say that the road is a master that leads you to nowhere at all. But I've built me a bridge over trouble, and I finally stepped over the wall. You can keep all your gold and your silver and your ships out on the deep rolling sea. I'll take the peace and the promise, follow the green arrow home just for me. Oh, the green arrow points me back home, where the handshakes are honest, and you're never alone. From the rise of the sun till the stars hit the ground, it's the sweetest refrain that my poor heart has found in a world full of lonesome. I'm finally me, 'cause the green arrows where I should be. You know, sometimes you wander so far, you forget what it's like to belong. But then you see that sign, and you realize you're home.
Well, great. The guy was talented, no matter what you say about him. The Angry Bootneck is live. Yeah, he's not in our alliance. He's a patriot, but no, I'm not going to stop for the Angry Bootneck. Royal Navy is senior to the Royal Marines at any rate. Bootneck. Okay, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to play something now from the Daily Bollocks, and then we go into put a link up, and I think Rabbi said there was some blueprint might be here, or someone might like to come and chat for us for a while. Beckett. Samuel Beckett. That was his name. Right, let's get over here. Oh no, what? I'll do it when I'm offline. No, it wasn't Beckett. I don't know who it was. Oh, it might have been. Right. Oh, get a grip. Share this. Play that.
Bollocks. The dangerous divergence between the United Kingdom's expanding foreign military commitments and its chronic domestic procurement failures is stark. Despite severe domestic funding crises, Prime Minister Keir Starmer has actively inserted the UK into the escalating Middle Eastern conflict. The government has officially granted the United States permission to use British military bases, specifically RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus and Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean, to facilitate defensive strikes against Iranian missile sites, projecting the UK as a vital player in global security. This aggressive geopolitical posturing immediately placed British personnel directly in the firing line. Just hours after Starmer's announcement authorising United States strikes from British territory, the UK's Akrotiri airbase was hit by a suspected drone, turning an abstract policy decision into an immediate physical threat. The troops being thrust into this volatile Middle Eastern war zone are operating within a hollowed-out, chronically under-equipped force. Decades of bureaucratic ineptitude have resulted in catastrophic procurement failures. While politicians promise global readiness, the physical reality is a military apparatus lacking the basic resilience, functional vehicles, and munitions required for sustained high-stakes conflict. Take the £5.5 billion procurement black hole of the Ajax programme. After 12 years of development and £5.5 billion squandered, the output was 0 deployable vehicles. Instead of delivering the Army's first fully digitalised platform, the Ajax programme has systematically injured soldiers with excessive noise and vibration, exposing hundreds of personnel to potential harm without fielding a single combat-ready tank. Then there's the munitions cliff. General Sir Richard Barrons, former commander of Joint Forces Command, states that the armed forces lack the resilience for a peer-on-peer conflict. The UK's munitions stockpiles are so severely depleted that military commanders warn the nation would exhaust its fighting capabilities in mere weeks if forced into a sustained conflict, rendering current posturing in the Middle East deeply precarious. The humiliation of real-time naval deployment further highlights this crisis. HMS Dragon was dispatched to project naval strength in the eastern Mediterranean following the Cyprus drone attack, but it took the destroyer 3 weeks to arrive, only for it to immediately dock because its onboard water systems broke. Meanwhile, HMS Prince of Wales, the £3 billion flagship carrier, suffered repeated breakdowns, including serious engine room flooding and an embarrassing halt off the Isle of Wight because its propeller shafts weren't greased properly, derailing landmark deployments. When we map geopolitical posture against physical platform reality, the strategic risks are severe. Projecting naval strength in the eastern Mediterranean meets the reality of broken destroyers, resulting in national humiliation. Deploying modern armoured cavalry meets the reality of the Ajax programme, resulting in a procurement catastrophe. Sustaining high-intensity global conflict meets the reality of depleted munitions, exposing a critical vulnerability. This has created an unsustainable balance of power. Geopolitical commitments, such as Middle East escalation, Cyprus-based defence, Diego Garcia United States support, and NATO obligations, are weighed against failing military capacity. This capacity is defined by depleted munitions, broken destroyers, missing armoured vehicles, and hemorrhaging personnel. The government continues to pile foreign commitments onto a military foundation that lacks the physical mass and functional equipment to support them. According to defence analysts and former leaders, the government continues to push troops into foreign conflicts because politicians refuse to adequately resource the military they pretend to have. Former Labour Defence Secretary and NATO Chief Lord George Robertson recently condemned this culture of corrosive complacency, warning that the government has left the nation completely underprepared, underinsured, and not safe. The root cause of the military's hollowing out is a deliberate political prioritisation, the domestic choice of welfare over warfare. The welfare budget is 5 times larger than the defence budget, leading to compromised structural integrity and critical resource depletion. Lord Robertson explicitly called out this dynamic, warning that by actively choosing to fund an ever-expanding welfare budget, the state has systematically starved the military of necessary survival funds, creating a systemic inability to fund warfighting. Ultimately, the rhetoric-to-reality gap shows foreign war escalation pushing the military into the danger zone of collapse while domestic readiness plummets. The drone strike on Cyprus, the Ajax failure, and the broken destroyers are not isolated incidents of bad luck. They're the inevitable symptoms of a political system plunging directly into the danger zone, clinging to the illusion of a warfare state while refusing to fund it. Thank you for watching the Daily Bollocks. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.
Where the spirit is free, the green arrow, that's the path for me. The dust settles down on the highway, and the neon starts fading to blue. I've looked for a home in the shadows in every town I've passed through, but there's a light in the window calling, like a bell ringing steady and free. I finally found where I'm grounded. Yeah, the green arrow's calling to me. Oh, the green arrow points me back home, where the handshakes are honest, and you're never alone. From the rise of the sun till the stars hit the ground, it's the sweetest refrain that my poor heart has found. In a world full of lonesome, I'm finally me. 'Cause the green
Link is up, guys. Link is up.
where I should be. They say that the road is a master that leads you to nowhere at all, but I've built me a bridge over trouble, and I finally stepped over the wall. You can keep all your gold and your silver and your ships out on the deep rolling sea. I'll take the peace and the promise, follow the green arrow home just for me. Oh, the green arrow points me back home, where the handshakes are and you're never alone. From the rise of the sun till the stars hit the ground, it's the sweetest refrain that my poor heart has found. In a world full of lonesome, I'm finally me. 'Cause the green arrow's where I should be. You know, sometimes you wander so far, you forget what it's like to belong. But then you see that sign, and you realize you're home. Yeah, I'm hanging my head where the spirit is free. The green arrow, that's the path for me.
Blood, we've all shed tears. We'll sing for them, the ones we've lost. Their dreams still worth the cost. It's time to come together. A new day's breaking clear. For the love of all who came before, let's keep them near. For every life, for every tear, for every loss forever, we'll build again side by side. It's time to come together. Walk through storms, we face the night, but still we stand for what is right. Our fathers built.
I do. Go on. I do.
They fought in war through mud and flame for freedom's voice, for Britain's name. In fields of red, their courage shone, so we could speak, so truth lives on. No surrender, we're here to stay. We'll stand our ground, come what may. From city streets to rolling fields, we'll guard the truth. This nation yields. Our voices rise, the people call for unity and pride for all. We won't be swayed, we won't be tamed. Our British heart cannot be shamed. No surrender, we're here to stay. We'll stand our ground, come what may. Through every trial, come night or day, we'll keep the faith, we'll find our way. for those who built, for those who fought. Their courage lives in every thought. From some to skies of World War II, they gave their lives for me and you. No surrender, we're here to stay. Together strong in every way. For love of home, for truth we pray. We're Britain's heart and here to stay.
I like this music.
Bloody way. We built your roads, we fought your wars, but now you lock your people's doors. You talk of pride, you talk of peace, but all our freedom slowly cease. We stand here strong, we stand here true, while you forget the hearts that knew. Shame on you, but not on me. We're the ones who still believe in the fields, in the towns. We wear this flag, we won't bow down. You can try to tear apart what beats within the British heart, but we'll rise again, through and through. Britain stands. No thanks to you. Our veterans sleep on empty street while power dives on royal seats. Our children wait, our workers cry, and still you turn a blinded eye. We won't forget, for this is home where we live. You stole the crown, you stained the name, but we'll restore our nation's flame. Shame on you, but not on me. We're the ones who still believe in the fields, in the towns. We wear this flag, we won't bow down. You can try to tear apart what beats within the British heart, but we'll rise again, through and through. Britain stands. No thanks to you. For every voice they try to still, 1,000 more will shout their will. From Belfast streets to Dover shore, the British soul will roar once more. Shame on you, but not on me. We'll keep this land forever free. From the highlands down to sea, we'll guard our home, our liberty. You can take our coin, our due, but never what we hold as true. Britain stands proud and new, we'll carry on. No thanks to you.
There's a crimson stain deep in the valley where the ghosts of the cavalry ride, and the stories are etched in the canyon of the ones who had nowhere to hide. My father He bled for this acreage, and his father, he broke the first stone. Now I'm crossing the ridge in the twilight to claim what is rightfully owned. Oh, the blood is the life of the river, and the soil is the soul of the land. The legends are written in iron by a cold and a heavy-handed hand. I'm weary of trail dust and shadows, and the secrets the mountainsides keep. But the green arrows rooted in glory, where the bones of the pioneers sleep. They tell of a man out of legend who tamed the wild heart of the plain with nothing but grit in his spirit and a prayer for the coming of rain. That spirit still beats in the timber. It cries in the whippoorwill's call. It's the pull of the earth and the lineage that rises up over us all. Oh, the blood is the life of the river, and the soil is the soul of the land. The legends are written in iron by a cold and a heavy-handed hand. I'm weary of trail dust and shadows, and the secrets the mountainsides keep. But the green arrows rooted in glory, where the bones of the pioneers sleep. It's a thick, heavy tie to the hollows. It's a debt that you pay with your years to keep the old flame from the ashes and wash away history's tears. Tumbleweeds roll past my window.
Happened on Sunday.
Jeff Taylor woke up to the sound of his alarm groaning, which seemed fitting. He himself was groaning.
Hello there.
His hair was a chaotic swirl of grey on the sides, leaving the top suspiciously bare, like a tiny, reluctant stage. His mustache, however, stood perfectly in line, sternly disciplined, silently judging the rest of him. He yawned. The first challenge, dressing for his first YouTube video of the day. He shuffled through a wardrobe made for bigger people. Pinstripe suit, check. Oversized paperclip, check. Socks that actually matched, a small miracle. He tugged at his sleeves, straightened his collar and, in a moment of vanity or despair, examined himself from head to toe. "You're presentable," he said aloud, mostly to himself. Pausing, he added, "ish." His tiny frame in the huge chair looked almost comically heroic, like a man trying to occupy a space far larger than himself. Today was for marches, for crowds, for flags snapping in the wind, and for shouting into the void. The streets were alive. Union Jacks waved, megaphones barked, chants rose and fell like unpredictable waves. Jeff planted himself among them, elbow high to most knees, trying to wedge a voice into the roar. "Excuse me, hello, just a quick word." A boot nearly crushed him. He leapt sideways with surprising agility, adjusted his paperclip and tried again. "My name is Jeff Taylor," he shouted, reddening as the familiar indignation took hold. "I've got no hair. Well, not on top. Please don't just walk past. Listen, just hear me." The crowd roared on, oblivious. His tiny feet stomped. His fists gestured wildly. He was invisible, a storm in a thimble. He ducked under waving flags, sidestepped trampling boots, flinched around elbows. Every attempt to speak was swallowed by the surrounding chaos. He was a proper fury, confined to a very small body. He muttered to no one in particular. There was another reason he kept at it, a quiet, driving challenge that fueled all his red-faced shouting. Tommy Robinson. Seeing the man, hearing the name, imagining being noticed, even briefly, by him, that was a dream, a goal. The impossible little spark that made all the nearly trampling, the chaos, the shouting worth it.
Hello there.
Hours later, he finally trudged home. No noise, no boots, no near-extinction events every half second. Just a chair, a quiet room, and a cup of cocoa he held like a fragile trophy. The steam curled upward, warm and comforting, carrying with it the faint scent of triumph that nobody else would ever smell. He flicked on a live stream he had bookmarked, the one he watched every night. Familiar voice, familiar cadence. And then, his name, clear, unprompted. He froze, rewound, played it again. There it was, undeniable. A small, slow smile curled his lips. For a brief moment, he wasn't invisible. The world had noticed his efforts, his chaos, his tiny fury, all validated. And even if Tommy Robinson had no idea, even if the recognition was fleeting, it had felt close enough. He leaned back in his chair, cocoa in hand, and felt something he rarely allowed himself. Chuffed. Properly chuffed. The little man had won today in the only way that mattered. He had been heard. "Hello there," he whispered softly to himself, not demanding, not asking, just said. He had a great night's sleep that night, dreaming of the day he had just lived. Every march, every shout, every near miss, every red-faced indignation replayed like a tiny parade in his dreams. He slept like someone who had finally been noticed, tiny, triumphant, and utterly satisfied. Good night, children. And remember, if you're not nice to people, and you tell fibs to the world, one day Focus on Britain might just make a video about you. Bye for now.
Woke up, felt too real. Told me on the telly, making big deal, smiling, saying that would be nice. Then it's back to his room, to his same old life. Staring lines, like and subscribe. Gets it right this time under his task. Don't forget Jeff. Got it all planned, but it feels off track. Half a dream that he can't get back. Paperclip getting heavy. Personality, I sure like. Hello there, my name is Jeff. And I've got thinning hair, would you like and subscribe? Or send me some cash, cause my name is Jeff Taylor and I've got a tash. Hello there, streets loud. Million people in a waving crowd. Faces change, you don't recognize. Under his eyes, angry, no one cares. Too small, drowned out by the louder voices. Cars, I am here, don't land right. Disappears. Hello there, my name is Jeff. And I've got thinning hair, would you like and subscribe? Or send me some cash, my name is Jeff Taylor and I have got a tash. Hello there, scrolling through his phone, looking for proof he was not alone. Swear I was there, swear I was there, swear I was there. Smooth like an elf, late screen on bright, finds a live stream later that night. Saw me saying it with a grin, leans in, spotting him in, thinks he hears something close to his name. Sounds the same, smiling now. Somehow he's small, but it don't feel that way. For a little moment at the end of the day, watches it once, then once again, like he is proving where he has been. Hello there, my name is Jeff, and I've got thinning hair. Would you like and subscribe? Or send me some cash, 'cause my name is Jeff Taylor, and I have got a tash. Hello there, lays down quiet, thinking back on it all that way, still not seen, but he don't mind, small as a mouse. Hello there, I am Jeff Taylor, advance is finished, thought is diminished, that is that.
I didn't get my share of the shekels last time, Richard.
No, I know. I must have kept them for myself, yes.
Welcome back to the Daily Bollocks Review. Today we present Operation Extraction, the blueprint for mass deportation, covering logistics, physics and sovereign delivery. We begin by examining the scale of the operation and the operational baseline. We face a massive population of foreign nationals residing in the United Kingdom without legal authorization. The cost of inaction is dire. Fiscal projections confirm that low-wage migrants represent a net lifetime fiscal burden to the British taxpayer. The objective is clear: complete eradication of the baseline population through a synchronized application of systemic pressure and physical extraction. The strategy commences with target acquisition through a retrospective purge. We address the anomaly of illegal channel crossings, where many were granted asylum or protection status despite illegal entry. The mechanism requires the immediate retrospective rescinding of all asylum statuses granted to illegal entrants over recent years. This effect converts these individuals back into unauthorized arrivals, feeding them directly into the containment and removal funnel. Next, we must overcome the capacity deficit. The current estate is choked, holding minimal beds, halting the throughput of forced removals. The required output is a massive expansion to achieve an enormous annual forced processing capacity, assuming a rapid turnaround rate. We achieve this by repurposing the estate through the Ministry of Defence solution. The asset base includes redundant Air Force bases, providing immediate, secure government land for high-density containment zones and processing hubs with direct runway access. The economics are modelled on pandemic-era Nightingale hospital deployments. Private sector management will drive economies of scale to keep construction costs contained. Following containment is the extraction mechanism, utilising tiered aviation. Physical removal requires a multi-layered approach, matching the compliance level of the deportee with the appropriate aviation asset. The objective is to guarantee uninterrupted removal throughput regardless of commercial airline hesitancy or individual detainee hostility. The matrix of tiered fleet utilisation breaks down the pipelines. The baseline relies on scheduled flights using a statutory mandate on commercial routes targeting high population source nations for compliant individuals. The workhorse relies on chartered flights optimised for massive deportee payloads for standard enforced removals. Finally, the heavy lift relies on military transport for rapid deployment targeting highly resistant or hostile deportees requiring physical restraint, relying on the successful precedent of recent international military airlifts. But we face the repatriation deadlock. A vast majority of illegal arrivals originate from countries with absolutely no formal or informal readmission agreements. Standard bilateral diplomacy has failed. A new mechanism is required to force compliance or bypass the deadlock entirely. The destination matrix outlines the execution mechanisms. Direct repatriation utilises formal treaties accelerating the return of specific nationals. overseas offshoring provides maximum deterrent by investing capital to bypass origin state refusal entirely. Diplomatic escalation deploys the deportation NATO alliance as a force multiplier, weaponizing trade, aid and visas to break origin state resistance. The deportation NATO escalator ladder applies collective, synchronized leverage across a coalition of Western states. The strategy ensures a lifetime ban in any member state equals a ban in all allied nations. We fire warning shots with joint public designation and harmonized visa sanctions. We suspend non-essential travel. We cut the check with immediate cancellation of foreign aid. We levy targeted trade tariffs. We weaponize the economy with remittance and dividend blockades. We mandate coordinated diplomatic isolation. The ultimate sanction is total mobility restrictions across all allied Western nations. This creates the force multiplier synthesis. The engines of enforcement are not isolated, they're symbiotic. The core theorem states physical force is the catalyst while the hostile environment is the scale. Highly visible, militarized, involuntary deportations create profound psychological pressure within the illegal population, triggering a mass voluntary exodus. This leads to the burn-down timeline and the mathematics of sovereignty. The throughput combines voluntary with involuntary removals, culminating in total mass removal annually. We optimize the balance of voluntary to forced removals to clear the baseline population entirely in the shortest feasible time frame. The final verdict is absolute. We execute target acquisition via retrospective annulment. We construct mass containment via repurposed military estates. We deploy tiered extraction via military and chartered aviation. We secure landing rights via diplomatic blockades and offshoring. The mechanics of mass deportation are proven. The economic offset is guaranteed. Execution is simply a matter of sovereign will. Thank you for watching the Daily Bollocks.
I've been riding this circuit since Memphis, and my spirit is bruised to the core. There's a dust on my boots and my saddle, and the canteen is running on dry. But I'm chasing a silhouette yonder, where the emerald cuts through the sky. Oh, I'm trading the spurs for the kitchen and the stars for a roof overhead. I'm sick of the beans and the campfire and the hard, lonely ground for a bed. I can see it just over the canyon, like a jewel in the dust and the snow. I'm coming back to the green arrow, the only sweet home that I know. The stagecoach don't stop here no longer, and the gold mines have all turned to rust. But there's a light in that valley of shadows that I'd follow through thunder and dust. It ain't about riches or glory or the names in the ledger of old. It's the warmth of a stove in the winter, when the prairie turns bitter and cold. Oh, I'm trading the spurs for the kitchen and the stars for a roof overhead. I'm sick of the beans and the campfire and the hard, lonely ground for a bed. I can see it just over the canyon,
Non nobis Domine, non nobis, sed nomini tuo da gloria. Sed nomini tuo da gloria. The dawn breaks red on the desert sand. The white mantle flows across the land. 1,000 blades reflect the sun. The holy pilgrimage has just begun. We carry the weight of a sacred vow. No turning back, no breaking now. Hear the thunder of the horses' hooves. The earth it trembles, the mountain moves. With the relic held high in the central line, we march by the grace of the grand design. Shields of silver, hearts of gold, a story in the blood of old. By the cross we stand, by the sword we fall. The Templars oath, the martyrs call. In the heat of the fray, through the fire and dust, in the iron cross, we place our trust. The Saracen arrows rain from the sky, but a soldier of God is not afraid to die. Steel meets steel with a rhythmic ring, for the glory of the temple and the king. Chainmail soaked in the crimson tide, with the ghost of the martyrs by our side. The black and white flies high. Under this flag we die. Shields of silver, hearts of gold, a story in the blood of old. By the cross we stand, by the sword we fall. The Templars oath, the martyrs call. The battle fades, the sun goes down. Only the silence wears the crown. Non nobis, non nobis Domine, non nobis Domine.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, or the wolf is coming. The green arrow, the only sweet home that I know. I've outrun the law and the weather. I've outlasted the heat of the day. But I'm tired of being the hunter when my heart's half a lifetime away. Just a few more miles through the sagebrush. Just a few more miles to go. The green arrow, honey, I'm home.
It's a time to get serious.
The tumbleweeds roll past my window, and the desert wind howls at the door. I've been riding this circuit since Memphis, and my spirit is bruised to the core. There's a dust on my boots and my saddle, and the canteen is running on dry. But I'm chasing a silhouette yonder, where the emerald cuts through the sky. Oh, I'm trading the spurs for the kitchen, and the stars for a roof overhead. I'm sick of the beans and the campfire, and the hard, lonely ground for a bed. I can see it just over the canyon, like a jewel in the dust and the snow. I'm coming back to the green arrow, the only sweet home that I know. The stagecoach don't stop here no longer, and the gold mines have all turned to rust. But there's a light in that valley of shadows that I'd follow through thunder and dust. It ain't about riches or glory, or the names in the ledger of old. It's the warmth of a stove in the winter, when the prairie turns bitter and cold. Oh, I'm trading the spurs for the kitchen, and the stars for a roof overhead. I'm sick of the beans and the campfire, and the hard, lonely ground for a bed. I can see it just over the canyon, like a jewel in the dust and the snow. I'm coming back to the green arrow, the only sweet home.
Okay, guys, closing down shortly so you can go on over to the Gobster. I was just looking at that graphic. Never really studied it before. Yeah, there's the singer, the guys at the bar. But what caught my eyes were the couple in the centre, the girl in the jeans. She's the only one with colour, isn't she? Not sepia. Blue jeans, blue top. And they dress different to the rest, aren't they? I wonder if that's a self-insertion. Yeah. He always done sort of symbolic things, did Bad Wolf in his images, if you looked for them. Ah, interesting. Does it? Okay then, guys. You've been listening to Paul Morris, The Green Arrow. See you over on the Gobster. Take care, and we'll be back later this evening. Thank you, Ribeye. You'll show the guests out through the door, help them with their coats. Yeah, and don't beg for food off them.